The first dish that we're making is Moong Dal or yellow lentils, which is packed with protein and fiber and is one of our personal favorites. So we'll start off with rinsing about a cup of Moong Dal, and we'll also chop up one medium-sized tomato and one medium-sized onion. I'm also chopping up one green chili. You can add more if you like your dal spicy. Now I'm adding the dal to a pressure cooker, and I'm also adding some water, the chopped up onions, chopped up tomatoes, green chili and everything. To this I'm also going to be adding about half a tablespoon of salt and some turmeric, some more water, and then we'll pressure cook it for one whistle. Once that dal is cooked, we're preparing the tarka. So I'm taking some ghee, I'm adding cumin seeds to it, and once they start to crackle, I'm adding 3-4 pods of chopped up garlic. I'm also adding a twig of curry leaves, and when this is all cooked for about a minute or so, I'm also going to be adding some hing to it. Next we're going to take this tarka and we'll add it to our dal. Now I'll also pressure cook it for about one more whistle because that's how I like it, but it's your personal preference. You can just add the tarka and be done with it. I love having moong dal with rice or even with chapatis, but here we're serving it with some rice and some onions and some lemon to it, and your moong dal is ready. So the next dish that we're making is spicy potato and cauliflower stir fry. So we'll start off with peeling some potatoes and slicing them into very thin slices, and I'm also going to be chopping up one head of a cauliflower, and we'll transfer all this to a bowl. We're also adding some ghee to a non-stick pan, and to this we're going to be adding our chopped up veggies, and we'll cook them for about 3 to 5 minutes till they start to get golden brown and crisp, and that's when we'll take them off the flame and we'll start preparing the masala for it. So I'm taking some ghee, adding cumin seeds, and once they start to crackle, I've added onions and garlic, and I'm also adding one tomato. And once the tomatoes are cooked, I'm adding all the roasted veggies to it. You can add a little splash of water as well to deglaze the pan, and I'm also adding some salt, some turmeric, I'm adding some coriander powder, and I'm also adding some red chili, and we'll mix all this really well and let it cook for another 5 to 10 minutes or till the potatoes and the cauliflower is cooked. You can also add splashes of water here and there, and that's it. Do not add a lot of water to it, and once it is cooked, I'm serving it with some parathas. You can also have it with some chapatis. The next dish that we're making is this Kadhai Paneer, which is essentially paneer or cottage cheese cooked in a thick tangy gravy along with bell peppers. So let's get started. So I'm roughly chopping up some onions, about 3 onions, and about 3 or 4 tomatoes. Now to a pan, I'm adding some ghee, I'm adding some cumin seeds to it, and once they start to crackle, we're going to be adding the onions and the green chilies, and once they're cooked for about 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to be adding tomatoes to it and let it cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. And once it's done, we're going to be transferring all this to a grinder, and we'll grind it when it's cool. In the meanwhile, I'm chopping up some bell peppers. You can add any bell peppers. I'm using capsicum here, and I'm also chopping on some cottage cheese. I'm taking about 200 or 250 grams here. So I'm chopping up in small cubes. Now to the same pan, I'm adding some ghee, I'm adding some cumin seeds, some whole coriander, and once they all start to crackle, I'm adding the mixture that we've just prepared in the grinder, and we'll mix it all really well. To this, I'm adding some salt, some turmeric. I'm also going to be adding some kasturi methi, which brings in this really beautiful aroma to the dish, and we'll mix it all well, and we'll cook it for another 5 to 10 minutes or till the time the oil separates from the mixture. Now we'll add some water to it to make a thick gravy. Make sure that you do not add a lot of water. Now to this gravy, I'm adding the chopped up bell peppers, and again we'll mix it well and cook it really nicely. You can add a little bit more water and adjust the consistency to how you like it. Now we'll cover it and cook it for another 2 minutes. Then I'm adding cottage cheese to it and we'll again mix it really well and cook it for another 5 to 10 minutes. Once it's done, I'm adding some cream to it. It's optional, it depends on how you like it to eat it. Now mix it all really well and you're done. So that's it. 3 simple recipes.
Cool.
Delicious yet simple recipes cooked in under 6 minutes. Not bad, right? Well, technically it didn't take you less than 6 minutes, but the video is less than 6 minutes, so go ahead and make some.